morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture, just to see how those incidents may or may not affect our daily lives. Listen, we are trudging along over here, making these videos, child. If you like what you see and you've liked the videos, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button, that like button. Just let me know that you have been by. And if you want to say something or you want to comment on what's going on in these shows, or if you just want to say hello to me, leave me a comment down below. Hey, we're getting through. We've got two more. With this episode, we have one more episode on this series, and then this series will be done. So as always, we are looking for a new series. Hey, if you've got a show that you want me to watch, please email me at pamentertainmenttv@gmail.com. I'd appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me make sure I'm giving you all my information. You're here to do a watch-along video for Young, Famous, and African. We are in Season 1, Episode 6, entitled Murder on the Blue Train. Y'all, I hope nobody died. What is this, Agatha Christie mess? Now, as we left off last time, you know, Annie and Zari and all of them had gotten into it. You remember that? And, you know, when I told you that Annie was acting a little childish, but she was basically through with Zari. Because Swanky talked to Annie and Swanky and Kanye talked to Zari. And they had those two get together. Swanky did a little intervention with Annie and Zari was trying to apologize. Annie was acting a little childish. As I look back on it, I think that these two women are the same, just in a different spectrum. You know, Annie is insecure in regards to her marriage. She knows that Innocence has cheated on her several times. So she is really wary about women that come in contact with Innocence. She wants to know who they are, where they are, how you know her husband, and all of those things. Now, those types of things are Innocence's fault because he set that relationship up to be that way. When we look at Zari is a little insecure, just by, she wants to be the boss lady, and she is the boss lady, and she's a little insecure because she, you know, or I don't know if it's insecurity of or her. Yes, it is. It's insecurity. She's a little insecure. She doesn't like for people to judge her on the fact that whether or not she's in or out of relationship. But I think she judges herself that way. You know, Zari sees herself as a very beautiful woman. She has the ability to reach and seduce and have any man in her life, but that they're not staying. So I think she's a little insecure about that, even though she says that she doesn't define herself by a man, but I think at the bottom of it that she does want to be in a long-term relationship. But she's still flirty. She's a little flirty, little something, and that's fine. But she just needs to sit down with herself and to figure out what it is she wants to do, when she wants to do it, and how she wants to do it, and then do it. So let's see what's going on now. The synopsis says Zari invites the squad on a luxe train trip, but is Annie on board? Awkwardness and lions rattle the crew. Then Kanye roars. Ndia has some big news. Now, we haven't seen Ndia. Ndia has been gone somewhere over there with Big Mensa in Mexico, child, so we hadn't seen her tail. We don't know what she's about to present for this. So here we go with this watch along. The shots they have of Johannesburg is beautiful. It's a beautiful city. And Dilly. So Zari is inviting people. I guess she's the one that's coordinating this train trip. And so she's going to invite Dilly So she done went over to Aunt Dilly's house, honey. She done got her good strawberry colored wig on, child. She got them big old baseball bat legs showing and gliding, because honey, she got some big old legs. They the same size from her ankles all the way up, child. And she's got on this beautiful blue dress outfit. It's pretty on her, but Aunt Dilly is so happy to see her. He's just smiling. Baby, I see his wisdom teeth back here. He's smiling so big, child. Oh, Aunt Dilly is not gonna be able to make the train, honey. He's got some prior commitments with his father. His father has passed away, and so him and his siblings and stuff are going to go visit his father's grave. So he can't make it. Oh, that's a shame. I would love to have seen him on this train. Whew. I am trying to figure out who Kanye's boyfriend looks like. He looks like somebody who sings, but I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What is his name? Avant. That's who he looks like. He has a little similar. He looks like Avant. A little bit. Not a whole lot, but he has that same facial feature as Avant. So far is Kanye, Swanky, Naked DJ, and Kylie are there. I know Ndia is not coming because she doesn't. She's still a little salty about Zari and Diamond, because Diamond is not there either. I love me some Swanky, child, because he be with the fashions, honey. He's very flashy with the fashions, and it looks good on him. That's the whole point. It looks good on him. Oh, so Ndia, I knew Ndia wasn't going because I thought of the Diamond, but Ndia is saying that she's heard a lot of bad things about Zari. Do tell. Now, I meant to say this, that Ndia is having a conversation with Aunt Dilly. And Dilly came over to apologize to Ndia because he felt like with this whole Diamond and Zari incident, he didn't feel like he handled it appropriately. So he apologized to her for that. So Ndia kind of gives us some information about how she operates. She shares the fact that she feels like the way she operates in relationships, that men are disposable to her. And she harkens that back to the fact that she never really had a relationship with her father. And so, because she was very impressed about how Aunt Dilly has taken his children and his brother and sister to their father's grave, to kind to lament and be remorseful and reflect on the fact of his death. I think he's been dead maybe 1 or 2 years. And she's impressed by that. And he's just like, my father was my everything, was our everything. He was a big constant in our lives. And I think the reason I act the way that I act because my father was in my life. And that's a good point for Aunt Dilly, because like I told you, Aunt Dilly is quite interesting. He's a very interesting young man. So Ndia is talking to him. And she's, like I said, she's sharing how she grew up and how her mother grew up and how her mother then taught her how to be a businesswoman, but not really about relationships. So Zari is talking about what all the things that they got planned to do on this trip. And guess who saunters in? Oh, Annie. Ooh, why can't you look like that? They don't look like they like how she said that. Ooh, Kanye is not feeling it. The whole mood changed. But Kanye is upset about her saying, honoring my invite. Baby, they done got back to these struggle wigs. The only wig that look good so far is Zari's. So they have a little pajama jammy jam going on. And as usual, Swanky is all decked out. Everybody else looks like they just wore the robes that was with the train. Well, honey, either Zari don't know how to read the room or whatever, because the way Annie is acting, ain't nothing been buried. And I told you she was acting childish when they met last time. So Zari, they're sitting at the same table. So Zari has steered the talk towards Annie and her renewal of the vows. So that makes Annie a little happy. So she's going to talk about that, child. That makes her a little happy. So she's going to talk about that. Zari's vibe, that I figured out, she's that cute girl that knows she's cute, but she wants everybody to acknowledge she's cute. That's that vibe. And I don't know, is it me? But it doesn't look like Zari and Kanye, they bleach a little bit. Ooh, they're getting ready to go on a safari. But Kanye does not look good. Oh, they're not on the same, they all could have gotten on the same trip thing. Okay, so everybody, okay, let me stop here. Because as I said before, the energy level dropped. So Kylie and Naked DJ are in the same car that Zari's in. And Kanye, Annie, Swanky, and I can't remember what Kanye's boyfriend's name is. They're in a separate car. So Zari mentions that, hey, I feel like the energy has changed us, and she doesn't know why. But Kylie and Naked DJ are kind of figuring out it had to do with her speech when she says, for honoring my invitation. And I don't know why that has upset Kanye so much. I mean, she said something, I rewinded, and she was talking about basically she feels like Zari's trying to be the better than the whole group. Like we're the all-stars. You don't need to try to act like you're better than the rest of us. Something like that. I don't know what it is, but her speech hit Kanye bad. And I just don't know why, but everybody else is seeming to pick up on when she said, thank you for honoring my invitation. So that wording has Kanye upset. So we see Dilly taking his children, I think they're daughters, and his sister and his brother are meeting them there. Yeah, it looks like just girls, to his father's grave. Oh, so he's like the head of the family. He died young because that gravesite said he was born in 1967. I'm a little shook. I'm real shook. Shook. I'm old enough to be they. I'm so shook. His father was like a year older than I am. Oh, he died young. First, okay. So we're no longer on Dilly, but they have been on this safari all day because they're in the middle of the night. And boy, Annie is shook. She see the hyenas. She told me, what if they jump in here? She too close. They really are. They are too close to them lions for comfort. Y'all, they are real close to them lions. And it's at night. And aren't lions? Baby, they are scared. I mean, it's a beautiful animal, but I don't know if I want to be that close to them lions. Oh, that food look good. They cooking them steaks. It's a lot of steaks for just them. For them, food look good, baby. So, Zari has decided that she's going to ask them about that energy, and she asked them about the energy, and baby Kanye gets mad because she says, like, I feel like you. Excuse me. I'm trying to be calm, but give you the information at the same time. So Zari says, I felt like the energy changed and I don't know. And she said that, Kanye, you and Annie, every time I said something, you all were giggling and that was rude. And Annie was like, but Annie made the best point. If you felt like that, why didn't you mention this last night? So let's see what happens, honey. Baby, they are arguing about this energy. But Kanye is mad because she feels like Zari wants to be exalted. She wants to be the queen of the party. And she says that we're all friends and there is no need to be a queen. Naked DJ makes the point that when we were invited to your function, you made 6 or 7 speeches. Nobody giggled and laughed when you made your speeches. But made your speeches. And, it's just a level of respect. You should have respected when she was making her speech. And so Swanky is saying, okay, if the energy was down last night because Kylie and Naked DJ have kind of are on Team Zari. So Swanky tells them, if y'all thought the energy was down last night, it was your job to help to bring that energy up. She says, with the energy being up today, why would y'all bring up stuff from yesterday? It made no sense. Let it go. You should have just let it go. Swanky mad. Honey, Swanky mad, Naked DJ mad. They are mad. Child, Swanky, Annie, Kanye, and Zuri, they got up from the table, child. I'm a little confused about Ndia. I'm to the point where I don't think Ndia has really ever been in this group. And Dilly, because she's not vibing with the group. You see what I'm saying? She's got an issue with Annie. She's got an issue with Zari. She's got some issue with Diamond. She doesn't seem like she's part of the group, and Diamond doesn't seem like he's part of the group because Diamond is gone as well. I think Dilly sacrificed himself going on the trip because he knew that Ndia needed somebody to shoot with. Because her whole thing about reanalyzing the group and stuff like that, I'm like, you hadn't really been with the group. The last time we saw you with the group was at Diamond's party. The group has met up 2 or 3 times since then. Nadi just tells us that her and Vic have broken up. Y'all weren't really together. Y'all was flirting and going on trips, but y'all wasn't really together. Don't try to fool us over here, child. I believe y'all are friends. Y'all knew each other from around the way. I don't think y'all was in no relationship. We back on the train, child. We back on the train. See what these kids are doing on the train. Kanye and Zari seem like frenemies. They don't seem like friends. They seem like frenemies. Oh, so they're having a great Gatsby card party. So they're dressed up nice. Naked DJ look good. Kylie looks good in her little flapper dress. Kylie, they look good. So let's see what Annie and Swanky bring, because Swanky gonna bring it. All right, Swanky. I knew he was gonna bring it. He looked like a great Gatsby cowboy, but he bringing it. So he wants to come with this good energy, but he walking like he about to, like it's the what is it? Such and such at the OK Corral, like he's going towards a duel. And Annie didn't even dress up. Annie is still on his phone, and they are just like in camps. One side is on dudes. Child, they needed more people. I think that they needed more people. Boy, Swanky is upset. What is going on? Because Swanky's always in a party at a good time. He is cussing and everything. What is going on, Swanky? Woo, he is mad. Woo, they cussing and fussing. Naked and Swanky are getting together. Yeah, they just fussing and cussing, and they are camp divided, and no one is saying what's going on. Okay, I'm seeing what they're talking about now. They're basically saying that as far as this friend group goes, everybody here is celebrity in their own right. Everybody here is rich within their own right. They make their own money. And so they're feeling like Zari is coming into the group where she has to be the queen of the group. And if she's not the queen of the group, that's a problem. And they're saying that that's the end. And Zari is saying, no, it is like, that's what you all are projecting. It's just that you so all seem to be intimidated by me because I carry myself this way. Because with every room that Zari walks in, she commands it. I mean, that's what she has been presenting through all the episodes that I've seen her in. So I guess everybody is a little upset with that. But that's everybody. And that's the end of the episode, actually. So that's the these people crazy. So that's the end of the episode. Just a bunch of fussing and cussing and fighting at the end. But basically, all they did on this episode, y'all, was just get together for this train ride and cuss and fuss all through this train ride. They got into teams. It was Team Zari and Team Cake, Kanye. And so they went back and forth and they went back and forth. So apparently they're setting up, as far as the show is concerned and the way they're editing it, that Zari is the bad person. She's the one bringing the crazy energy to the group. Overall, this was probably the weakest episode because nothing was really going on. And because they weren't together as a group, because Ndia wasn't there, I don't know how they work their reality shows over there. But I know here, Ndia would have had to at least go. She would have gone on the train because there was no really big reason for her not to have gone on the train. And I think if Ndia and Dilly had gone on the train, I think the energy would have been different. They could have set this up so that Dilly and Ndia could have gone on this trip, but they didn't. So tell me what y'all thought about this episode. Did you watch it? We've got one more episode to review, and then that's it, y'all. We have finished with this show, and we are going to pick up another show. Not sure what that's going to be. I'm thinking about, I've got Atlanta, and it's a comedy. I'm thinking maybe I should pick up a comedy. Go over a comedy or two. I'm not sure. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know what you thought about this show. Y'all, and we do this every week. And as always, people, bye-bye.